welcome to SkilledSouls, it's Callum. Now, I'm on the final part of Twilight Forest, where I'm going to explain to you about the items and some of the blocks that you will find around Twilight Forest. Now, the main thing I always start off with is all these blocks here. Now, in mines, you will see that there's these type of blocks and then this type of block. This type of block will give you life root. Life root is very essential to create ironwood gear, which is some pretty good gear that I believe is just better than iron, as well as it has enchantments on it when you craft it. Now, just a simple thing that I use when around Twilight Forest, because something you will find when exploring all these different things, you're going to need a hell load of torches. In every cave that I've been in, there's always some of this. This just simply destroys into torches, and therefore 4 blocks gave me 13 sticks. As well as you saw, I had some torch berries hanging down. These are also in pretty much every mine you see, because the advantage of this is that you can mine the sticks, lumberjack the sticks, is that right? Cut down the sticks, there you go, and get the torch berries, and you will get 5 torches with 1 torch berry, and it's very useful as, let's pick this cave here. This is where I'm going to be insanely wrong. Let me just turn my game mode to creative. Look, there's torch berries, and okay. Surprisingly, there isn't the sticks. However, there is 2 torch berries, which is very handy as it's a lot easier to get more sticks than the torch berries. Moving on to crafting these items, you will need a golden nugget, an iron ingot, and one of those life roots that I just mined, cut down. If you combined the 3 together, you will get raw ironwood materials. And then with 1 coal, you simply heat it up. That will create 2 ironwood ingots. Then with all these ingots, you're able to create this armor in the shape pattern. But as you notice, when I create this helmet, it's enchanted. The chest piece is enchanted. The legs are enchanted, and so are the boots, and so on. This is kind of what makes it better to wear this kind of gear around Twilight Forest, as it is enchanted, and I do believe it is slightly better than iron. So, with the helmet you get Aqua Infinity 1, with the boots you get Feather Falling 1, with the ironwood legs you get Protection 1, and with the ironwood plate you get Protection 1. As you notice, these are very low enchantments. That's because they're like the lower end of the Twilight Forest gear. Now, if I move on to the next gear, you will see that they are a bit better. So the next gear up would be Steel Leaf. Steel Leaf you cannot find like you can Life Root. Steel Leaf you find in chests, as you've seen throughout previous episodes of Twilight Forest. If not, go watch them now, as you will learn quite a bit. With the armor for Steel Leaf, you can make helmets, which you get projectile protection, which is really cool. For the chest piece, you get blast protection 2, legs fire protection 2, and boots feather falling 2. So as you can see, this is all 2, so this is a step up from ironwood, which makes it better. As well, this armor is as strong as diamond, however, the durability of it is worse than iron. It's not that great for long term, but for short term it's probably some of the best armor you can get. Right, the next one you will get would be Naga Scale. Naga Scale is a lot rarer to find, and primarily you get it from killing Nagas, or if you're lucky in places like Hollow Hills or Labyrinth. However, you cannot create a helmet for this set, nor can you create any boots. You only get legs and tunic. However, I do know that these are meant to have enchantments on in the next update, which is, I think, protection 3, but like fire protection or something, or blast protection on the legs. I think it's something to do with that. So that's some pretty good armor to have, as long as they've updated it by then. The next thing on the list is fiery armor, which is really hard to get. I've never actually got this ever in Twilight Forest myself. And to create that, you will need fiery blood, which you saw I received from the Hydra that I killed after ages. Simply combine fiery blood and iron ingot into the crafting table, you get fiery ingot. And with fiery ingot, you can create headpiece, if I can do that right. Create the chest, legs, and boots. Now this is like the best gear, as it is also enchanted. As you get fiery aura 2, in fact it's all fiery aura 2. Okay, fair enough. As it's all fiery aura 2, it's not that great. But it is still pretty good, and it looks very weird, I will say, but in a way kind of cool. But when it's implemented, the Naga scale gear would definitely be much better, as it will be stronger with Mark 3 of enchantments. Right, moving on to tools with all this ironwood, fiery ingots and stuff. You can get pretty much all the tools that you normally can. So you can get a sword, you can get a spade. I'm actually going to do that for now. You can get a pickaxe, you can get an axe, and even a hoe. And as you can see with this gear, this is also enchanted. So ironwood pick, you get efficiency 1. The axe, you get fortune 1. The spade, you get unbreaking 1. And the sword, you get knockback 1. Now, these are some pretty okay enchantments considering how easy it is to create ironwood, as long as you've actually done stuff in the real world, or the overworld, to get the iron and the gold. Now, similarly with steel leaf, you can have a pickaxe, a spade, an axe, and a sword. I've just created lots of swords, because they're brilliant. As steel leaf does give you looting, which is kind of beneficial around Twilight Forest, as there's a lot of stuff that you can use. The pickaxe will give you fortune 2, the spade will give you efficiency 2, and the steel leaf axe will also give you efficiency 2. Now, these are set. You don't get random, like, Mark 2 enchantments on the gear, as it is set like that because it's okay, but they don't want you to give random just in case you got a chance of getting a fairly good one. Right. After clearing my inventory of the entire of steel leaf swords, that leaves me with Naga scale and fiery ingots. Now, first of all, I'm going to go to Naga scale. You do not get any tools with it. It's quite annoying because it's so good. However, I think it would be quite overpowered if you actually got tools with it. So straight away, you do not get Naga scale, so we will throw that away. Right, after throwing away the Naga scales, you cannot use it, I am left with fiery ingots. And notice I do not have any sticks, because fiery ingots are so, well, first of all, hard to get, as I think I only got about 10 from the Hydra, and an entire gear set is 24. Fire ingots are so hard to get, so the gear you get is pretty good. However, you do not get a spade or an axe. It is just a pickaxe and a sword. And it's crafted the same way, except with sticks, it's blaze rods. So you get, first of all, this fiery pick, and then the other thing is the sword, where you get a sword. Now, the reason these are special is because the sword, you get, I'm assuming it's pretty good durability, and it's a good hit sword, but you get fire aspect 2 on it, so you're able to set your target alight, and it's the highest you get for fire aspect. But the one I really like, personally, is the pick. It auto-smelts ores if you find them. Now, I'm going to quickly show you a demonstration in this, just in case you do not believe me. Right, as you can see, I am down in this mine. Moving on, I've got some iron ore here, and simply, if you mine it, you actually see that a fiery essence particles are there that actually heat it. Now, I've just found some diamonds. That's quite cool. I've never found diamonds in this before, so that's something good. But that proves you can find diamonds in these, because the entire world is like much lower than the current world. So as you can see, I'm on Y12. So yeah, you can actually find diamonds and stuff. So yeah, that's proof that the thing also auto smelts, as well as if you heard, you actually got XP from it. Because if you cooked it in a furnace, you could actually get, you got XP that way. So doing it this way means you also get the XP. Right, the next thing to show is something called an uncrafting table. And it pretty much does what it says on the tin. It is crafted with 8 crafting tables around the edge and then a maze map focus in the middle. Now, the maze map focuses, as you may have seen in my other vehicles, you find in chests in all the different areas around Twilight Forest. And it creates this thing here, which is really good because you can actually uncraft your stuff. So if you put the diamond axe in there, you can see there's 2 sticks and 3 diamonds. However, you can see that there's a 3 there. That means it requires an enchanting level of 3. So as long as you're level 3, you can do that. You click once and then the entire thing's broken. And in which one then you can kind of use it as a crafting table, as 8 crafting tables are put into it, to recraft something. In which point you can actually generally just use it as a crafting table without any cost. So I've just converted that axe into a diamond sword with a spare diamond and a stick. In which point the only thing I lost was 3 XP level, but I am in creative mode, so you have infinite. The next thing on my list is Charm of Keepings. Charm of Keepings you find in pretty much everywhere around Twilight Forest, all the different things in my other videos you may see. I've found a couple. And they are so beneficial. Pretty much Charm of Keepings, a Charm of Keeping 1, which is a bronze one. If you have 1, I just have 64 because I spawned in. If you have 1, it will, if you die, you keep all of your armor and whatever your selected item is along your hotbar. So if I died with that, I would keep my diamond sword and my fiery armor because it just looks so cool and weird. It's cool and weird. You can get upgrades with 4 Charm of Keepings. Bronze ones, you can create a Charm of Keeping 2. A Charm of Keeping 2 keeps all your armor and your entire hotbar. So not the inventory up here, just your entire hotbar. Now, if you have good powers of deduction, there must be a 3rd one, which requires 4 Charm of Keepings 2, which creates a gold Charm of Keeping, which, by your powers of deduction, you can guess that it keeps your entire inventory. So, therefore, these are very beneficial, however, they're quite hard to find. And as you just saw, I had to use 16 Charm of Keepings 1s, the bronze ones, to make a gold one. In which point, in all fairness, I don't think I've ever bothered to make a gold one. I've always just, I've maybe had a silver, because that's as far as I got, but mainly on my hotbar is all the stuff I need, and then in my inventory is just all stuff that I don't really need, like building blocks, because you need them quite a lot around Twilight Forest. However, a gold one is good when you're looting like a lich tower, let's say, because there's lots of loot in there that you may want, and it's very good to have them. That is me nearly done. I just want to mention the last couple of things is that this is pretty much all the block span and everything in creative mode of what you can get in Twilight Forest. And most of it is blocks for the different creations that we've seen. However, you will see now that there is lots of mobs. And pretty much they're all like equivalent of vanilla mobs, just different. So around Twilight Forest you get deers, which is sort of the equivalent of cows. You get lambs, which are equivalent of sheep. However, lambs are a lot more coloured in Twilight Forest as the entire place is enchanted. And you have several things like that. As you can see here, boars. And then you get all the different mobs that come with it, which are deadly as you've seen. Final things that you get trophies for each people you kill. So the Lich, Urgast, Naga or Hydra. And then these are just items that you receive. One thing to mention is that these items are completely random. I don't really understand them, why they put them, but I know that transforming powder you're able to use to change animals into things that you want. So maybe if you needed leather randomly and you had a boar, you probably could turn it into a wild deer, however, at the cost of transforming powder. However, the transforming powder is pretty easy to find, so it's not the end of the world. And then you have equivalent meat, so you meat steak instead of just steak, and then raw meat, and then meat stroganoff, and you can kind of work out its equivalent because it's the same picture. So that's pretty much it, wrapped up for Twilight Forest. I hope you've enjoyed the very long series I've had, trying to cover every single detail of it. The next 2 mods are already recorded, because I've had it recorded for literally since before my headset broke. So in those videos, quick apology now that my mics may sound a bit different, however they are ready to upload after this one. So please like, favourite, subscribe. I hope you've enjoyed the Twilight Forest series again, and I will see you soon.